Today on All Things 80s, emotions are meant to be shared. Welcome back to All Things 80s. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you will be aware that there's a bit of controversy at the moment with the channel Star Wars Theory, who was bullied by Pablo Hidalgo of Lucasfilm for the fact that he allowed himself to be seen on camera crying upon seeing Luke Skywalker's glorious return to the small screen. Now, 99% of us had a similar response. So Pablo Hidalgo's mockery of Star Wars Theory was basically mocking us all. Now, I'm not here to go on about the rights and wrongs of that. I will just say this. It's quite ironic that that came from someone at Lucasfilm, considering that in the last three Star Wars movies, it was basically Lucasfilm and Disney's agenda to eradicate what they call toxic masculinity. And I don't know about you, but a man being brave enough to share his emotional response for the world to see is the complete opposite of toxic masculinity. And if anything, he should have been giving plaudits to Star Wars Theory and also be thankful that their show produced such an outpouring of emotion in a positive way. Now, to go on from that, I did a video about a week and a half ago asking the question, what was it that made so many grown men cry upon seeing this episode? And the overwhelming response to that video has been positive. There are a few comments that I'm going to read out that really do sort of make you scratch your head and think and ask the question, what is wrong with these people? So here's a couple of the sort of negative comments I received. So one says, crying over the appearance of a CGI fictional character, this is just gross. A common one that crops up a few times, someone says, low testosterone will do that. Someone said, girl's blouse. Grown men didn't cry. Beta soy boys cried. Real men with testosterone levels approaching that of a male were simply stoked. Pussies with soy instead of testosterone cry over things like that. Wait, grown men cried for a Star Wars show? What a bunch of crybaby nerds, get a life. Maybe grown men were crying because they're too self-absorbed to see society around them collapsing like typical first worlders. There's one similar to that coming up as well. Someone else, because of excessive soy consumption. I don't quote me on this, but I think the only soy that I would consume would be in soy sauce. So I don't know where they're getting that angle from. Someone else, grown men, that's a bit of a stretch. This person wrote, I'm as much a Star Wars fan as anyone, but the country and the world are falling apart with the global elites set to benefit from the largest transfer of wealth in history, and you people are crying over a digital iteration of Luke Skywalker. You're what's wrong with the world. Wake up, you Pavlovian mutants. Another one mentioning soy. But the one that I'm going to read out last, it really just, it made me laugh, but it also made me concerned that this type of thinking still exists. This person, first name is Lee, wrote, you're not men if you cry. Real men never cry for any reason, ever. That only shows they are weak men. So when you're up against that sort of thinking, you have to sort of take a step back and laugh, because these guys are the real pussies, believe it or not. Those of us that openly admitted to sobbing when we saw Luke Skywalker, that's bravery. We were, put ourselves up there to be ridiculed, and as it was, Star Wars Theory was excessively ridiculed. But for men in 2020, well, about to be 2021, to still hold on to that thought that men should never cry is quite pathetic, to be honest. So, in summary, emotions are meant to be shared. It's a positive thing to share your emotions. And You know, don't be afraid. If something makes you cry, let it out. There's no shame in that. So anyway, let me know if you agree. Did you get a laugh at some of these comments? I hope you did. So thank you all for watching. Special thanks to the Patreons. Please like, please subscribe, and as always, stay tuned for more videos from All Things 80s.